So since the early 1500s, wigs was an essential piece, just so as shoes. Wigs, come to find out, was not a necessity because of fashion purposes. Let me just put that out there. I thought it would be a great idea to let you guys know how, why, when, and because of who wigs became popular. But let me get y'all these thoughts together. Okay, follow along. Wigs was worn before the 18th centuries. So guess who was the first to wear wigs? Because where were we? We was all Africans then. It was no Jamaicans. It wasn't no Haitians, no Trinidadians. We was all just Africans. We was back in Africa with bald heads or kinky afros. Follow me. This has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with us. We have nothing to do with the early history of wigs. Y'all gonna be so happy because what I'm gonna tell y'all is gonna shock you. Listen. Men was the first to wear wigs. I already know, y'all probably said we already know that. But did you know that wigs wasn't always for fashion purposes? This is the deal. This history excludes the black person, the black man, the black sister. According to the late William Claus, which is a young surgeon, said that the hospital was overflowing. It was an epidemic. Not coronavirus. Coronavirus is on the back of the Lysol can, but coronavirus went way back then. Epidemic of syphilis, to be exact. Wigs came in colors back then: white, black, brown, and so forth. It wasn't all stylish, but they were dang on show necessary. Going to school, seeing the president, all these big wigs. And the thing is, because see, wigs was worn by class. So all of the ones that you saw with the white wigs, those was the upper class. The presidents, the judges, everyone from King Louis XIV to his cousin King Charles II wore wigs because of their balding. It wasn't determined officially that the two kings lost their hair because of syphilis, but that's what was believed. Those was the ones that wore the white Perkin wigs, right? Those became popular with the epidemic of syphilis. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving the message. I read this. If y'all guys want to look it up, you feel free to go and do so. But yes, that is the history of the Perkins wig, the white powder wig. And that's where it came, the word big wigs, right? You heard of that? You heard of that statement too, right? Big wigs. You know why? Because they was expensive. Everybody was able to afford these wigs. The rich was able to afford the wigs. And the rich are the ones who needed the wigs to cover their heads. Yes. Ha. So there it is. That is the history of the Perkins wig, the white wigs, the powder wig. Now you guys know. Don't shoot the messenger. This is how the Perkins wig became popular. Because back in the days, just like it is today, having long, beautiful hair was the trend. But because there was an epidemic with syphilis, syphilis caused Alzheimer's, open sores, dementia, patchiness in the hair, and people to go bald. And when people was identified as being bald, people was also identified as having syphilis. It was a complete embarrassment. We have all heard people say, oh, you got that horsehair in your hair. Let me tell y'all where that word derived from. It really did use horsehair to make wigs. So this is how the wig became popular. And if you thought that was crazy, that is not the only reason wigs was worn. Besides the fashion and also because of the outbreak of syphilis, wigs was also worn for headlights. Yes, because of the headlights, they would just shave their heads bald so that their hair can fit under the wigs. Headlights would attach themselves now to the wigs. They would just send the wigs off to be clean, boiled. I know this is all shocking news because it was all shocking to me. Wigs being worn for venereal disease purposes and for headlights, I wouldn't have never guessed. Did y'all know that? That's your history on wigs.